Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, The Paint Store, Van Buren.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at precisiondoornwa.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric, starting 40, 45 hours a week, anywhere from $20 to $28 an hour, depending on the experience.
Yeah, that's all correct. We offer competitive pay. We have 6 paid major holidays. I'm working on some other benefits to go with those for my current employees and future employees. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
Your vehicle safety systems do more than you think. Cameras, radar, and sensors all working to protect you. After a repair, those systems need calibration to stay accurate. That's why Evans Body Shop now offers in-house ADAS calibration. The same precision technology trusted by top automakers gives us the ability to recalibrate safety systems in-house to factory standards. No guesswork, no outsourcing, just accurate OEM-level calibration to restore your vehicle safety and performance.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, blue sky, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be into the lower 70s. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, and overnight low will drop down to upper 40s to low 50s. Wednesday, blue sky, lots of sunshine. Our high on Wednesday, right around 75. Thursday, sunny skies. Our high, low 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studio.
And we not doing it. We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. My hot dog. Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man. Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Hey, good morning and welcome into halftime and a happy basketball season to those who celebrate. Also, happy day one for the rankings that matter for college football. And a great day to be out for a round trip from Central Arkansas to Northwest and then back for the start of women's basketball season. It's halftime today on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. I'm Phil Elson. I am in studio today. First time in a while. I've been with the guys, Matt Jones, Kristen Johnston. Good to see you guys today. Good way to open the season with a 109-point performance. I don't care who it is you play against. I know Southern's expected to be a pretty good basketball team at their level in the SWAC. Yeah, and expected to be good again. You score 109 against anybody. Going to be pretty interesting. I saw a final score where Ohio State played Indianapolis to begin the season and won it. I think it was 115 to 102. It'd be a little nervous if you allowed 100 points the first game of the season. scoring 109 is the thing I take away from yesterday, Matt.
Man, I watched a little bit of that game as well. The athleticism was on display. I don't know how much you guys got to watch, but young and athletic. I mean, that's how you like them, right? And so you kind of mold them and fit what you got going on, and you kind of coach to their strengths. I don't know. I'm not saying DJ Wagner looked uninterested, but he just, you could tell he was the oldest guy out there, and he's ready to go. It seemed like he's like, man, let's get to this game Saturday against Michigan State.
Oh, no kidding. That's kind of how I'm feeling too. But yesterday, did I have a little bit of that open gym feel to you? I mean, it's different from an exhibition game because it counts, and and you're running some different things I'd expect. But it had a little bit of that feel in the second half. Yeah,
they kind of knew the handwriting's on the wall, and you're kind of just going through things. It's not really like you're going through the motions, but you're just really you're running your base stuff because our athletes are better than their athletes. You're not really having to do a whole lot. And you saw Trevin Brazile catch the ball right about free throw line, and all of a sudden nobody guards him, and he just kind of goes up and dunks it. You could see the way he's running back down there. He's like, I guess if nobody's going to guard me, I can dunk from here. I am a pterodactyl.
You figure they're going to see a little bit more resistance in East Lansing on Saturday, right? You figure you see quite a bit more resistance.
I'll use a Phil Elson line right here. When they ask you about how the baseball team's going to be, and you say, is Dave Van Horn there? I say, is Tom Izzo there? That's the same thing I say with Michigan State. If they got Tom Izzo, I bet they're going to be tough.
Yeah, I always picture Big Ten basketball as just like big shoulders, guys that rebound really well. I forget who it was they played yesterday, but they had a huge rebounding advantage. Huge. It was cool. That's right. See, unit's paying attention a little more than I am. Colgate, giant rebounding advantage. And, I'd be facing a different kind of athlete on Saturday, but that's fun to watch yesterday. I mean, these enjoy Malik Thomas and Darius Acuff while you got them together. So I don't think either one of them is going to be around next year. Certainly, you won't have both of them, but that's fun to watch. Even if just one of them is on the court, when they're on the court together at the same time, that feels like you got something that separates you from the rest of the pack.
I really like our bigs. I really like how athletic, how they could just get up to the rim. I mean, when you play teams like Florida, Alabama, I mean, Tennessee, you start looking Kentucky. I mean, if you're going to be the best in the SEC, you can't have a lot of deficiencies. You got to have some bigs. And last year, and it's for what we didn't have really the bigs. I think we got the bigs this year. And then you're talking about the guards. Yes, this team, but I don't know. You don't want to put the cart before the barn, or put the horse before the cart. I mean, that's a Sweet 16 Final Four type team, just on athletic ability, not on running the plays and knowing what your role is, but just on athleticism. Man, that's a Sweet 16 team.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. Might even be more than a Sweet 16 team. That kind of feels going into this year that's not just the hope, that's also the expectation that this kind of talent. I mean, what are they ranked? I'm not paying attention 14. To the preseason rankings or anything. 14th. Do you think that means if somebody puts you down as 14th in their preseason poll that they think your ceiling is Sweet 16? Is that kind of the way you look at it? Because I think watching them, and just from what I'm reading and what I know about these athletes and what I know how Cal is viewing them, and it's the story. Is Dave Van Horn still the coach? Is Tom Izzo still the coach? Is Cal the coach at Arkansas? This feels like one of his teams right now, doesn't it? Absolutely, it does.
I think coaches kind of know what they got, especially when they've been around it so long. I think Coach Tomlin knows his Pittsburgh Steelers team is pretty salty this year. I think Lane Kiffin knows his Ole Miss. So you look the last 6 months and 3 months or so, listening to Lane Kiffin talk, listen to Coach Tomlin talk, listening to Coach Cal. Don't you just see like all you can kind of tell when they're like, okay, now Dabo thought he had a good team and he was a little bit off on that one, but most of the time those coaches, they understand what they got.
Yeah, but how many guys are going to tell you this season we're not going to be very good this year? I don't think I'd ever hear that from Dabo.
That's true, but
he's saying it now.
They say it in a different way. What I guess I mean is they don't really say much. They're not going to draw attention to yourself.
Yeah.
You still got to decipher coach or speak. I'm not saying they're going to say it that way, but you can see the smile in their eyes. You can tell when the coaches know they got a good team.
I think you got a good team here. And I can't wait to watch Saturday, which I don't have to worry. So I didn't watch the game as it was played yesterday. I listened on this very radio station you're listening. Actually, I listened on Hit That Line on the app to the entire pregame with Chuck and Zim, to the interview with Coach Cal, and then to about the first 16, 17 minutes of the first half, because that's the only YouTube TV subscriber for right now, so I didn't have the game on live, but I was listening and then watched War Machine's highlights afterwards. But I don't have to worry about that on Saturday. I know there's other college football games this Saturday that I'd want to watch, but I think Arkansas, Michigan State's appointment viewing. It was Game 7 of the World Series. Fox is promoting Arkansas at Michigan State. You're going to get the viewership of this game, and this is the first of how many of these games that you're getting.
But between Michigan State and Arkansas, just on the coaching staff, there's more Hall of Famers than there are on the Toronto Blue Jays. Like Matt Scherzer, I think he'll be a Hall of Famer. But what I mean is Tom Izzo and Coach Cal are. Those are two of those are both names that would be in bold on the marquee.
I heard Cal he was talking in the postgame about his relationship with Izzo and how they spent 45 minutes on the phone together. And you believe somebody as John Calipari, you'd imagine maybe he's been in, 85% of the arenas in the country? Oh, no, he didn't coach in the Big Ten, but that doesn't mean he hasn't coached in some of those arenas. Never been to a game in East Lansing. I'm sure he's visited East Lansing. If you're that close with Tom Izzo, probably visited. Here's Coach Cal and his relationship with Izzo.
I don't know how many times he and I have coached against each other, but it's a few. But I've never coached in that arena, and they tell me the arena's crazy. So it's going to be, what's that?
I've been there. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I have not been, so I'm kind of excited about that. I don't like coaching against friends, and I think Tom's the same way. Like, if we win, I'll be excited, and I'll see him, and I'll feel like crap, and he'll be the same way, But, no, we're... playing it. He'll come here next year. It's a great home and home. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's a great friend. He and I get on the phone with our wives listening and just laugh for 45 minutes, and then we feel better to go forward with all the crap we're dealing with. And so, terrific coach, terrific person. I'm proud about calling him my friend.
Yeah, 6:00 in the evening on Fox. It's appointment television. So what's it like to listening in on a 45-minute phone conversation? Do you think the wives get involved in this conversation? Because are they just listening to be entertained?
Is the Liverpool game in the background? There's 45-minute halves. Can I watch a soccer game? Then I could listen to those guys.
Liverpool is today,
2:00.
Right?
They play Real Madrid.
How quickly can Matt Jones make it back home in front of the couch? Because today's show, our show goes up to 2. It really ends at 1:56. 20
minutes. I can be home by 2:16:20.
Is there somebody to pause the television for you?
I think there's AI robots everywhere.
That's important.
I think they're all over.
That's what we all need in life, is somebody to pause the television for you if you're not going to do it for yourself. We also need you to be a part of the show today. Here's what we got. Bill King, Nashville Sports Radio, hour number 3. We've got Fisherman Clay Henry, Hall of Famer, Emmy Award winner, at 12 noon for a couple of hours. Alyssa Orange joining us in about 20 minutes. I heard a name on Bill's show this morning from Mike Griffith, who covers Georgia for I think it's the Atlanta newspaper or the Athens newspaper. I can't remember which one. And he threw a name out there that's not getting talked about in these coaching searches. Pat Narduzzi, the Pitt coach. Pitt's actually having a pretty good year. Pitt's never had a spectacular season there, but it's also not been a place that has been like a destination, and they've been good under Narduzzi. He's built pretty good defenses, and they've got right now potentially the top freshman quarterback in the country, at least one of them. So, and I'm not saying that he's the guy to come into Arkansas, but that's a name that's gotten just nobody's heard about, and I wonder now that there are these many jobs that are open, that's a guy that may end up moving at some point. Kind of feels like. What is it, 12 open right now? Multiply it by 2 at some point. So we'll get into that with Bill when we come up to him in a couple of hours. Wide open in this next segment when you want to get on. 877-377-6963, Lewis Automotive Hotline. Back in just a moment. This is Halftime.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee. This is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Ryan McGee, ESPN.com senior writer. Marty and McGee. Squeeze play or red zone?
Squeeze play. Squeeze play is like a drug for me. Like I've never done drugs, but I kind of get it because when they go to that quad box, I was texting Mike Rooney and Chris Budden and Chris Burke and Matt Schick going, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Weekdays from 9 to 11.
Only on ESPN 95.3
And hitthatline.com.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas. More than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Eat Lux your way with the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the $5 box, as classic as ever. The $7 box has your favorite indulgences and more. And the $9 box introduces you to your newest obsession, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. It's Lux. For less. Try the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
And a couple of texts come in on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. The first one was Apache Steve. He wants Matt to sing, what is this? You'll Never Walk Alone.
That's
for
their
good luck
creed,
before Liverpool
their
plays.
mantra. Yeah. That's what they. You'll never walk alone. They'll chant that and serenade all the players that have their own individual like little stuff they'll do.
You know how long they've been doing this?
They're hooligans, man. It's since the beginning of time.
I don't even know that You Never Walk Alone from the end of the Jerry Lewis telethon. He used to sing that. He would sing it to kids. In fact, you're a huge Seinfeld fan. It's I think there's an episode where Mel Torme sings that to Kramer. Kramer kind of, I didn't even get into the reasons why. Anyway, You'll Never Walk Alone is apparently a theme that you need to sing. Is it a song you sing or do you chant it or what do you do with this?
Yeah, you're with your buddies and you put your arms around each other and it's kind of like when they call the Hogs.
Oh, same thing.
It's
All
the
right.
same. It's a chant. I don't know if you're singing, more of you're chanting, you're cheering, but yeah, it's that's you say if somebody, it's like, hey, can you name the 5 Beatles? It's like if you're like, are you a Liverpool fan and they don't know that one, then it's like, I don't know if you know it. Yeah.
I don't know if there's a song that you would connect to Arkansas right now, to Razorback football. They've tried War Pigs for all these years, and there's still a little bit of that sound when the team enters, but you don't hear the song the way that you used to. I don't know if I love War Pigs to connect to any of the Razorback teams, and I think they've, you got Hog Wild by Hank Williams. I mean, that's connected to baseball and always has been. Football needs something like that, I think. Kind of like, there's all sorts of. Just look at third quarter into fourth quarter traditions around the country, and I'm not sure if we've got one of those just yet. You
got to win to have a tradition.
Well, I guess that's part of it. That's true. That's true. Right now, the tradition is, oh gosh, the fourth quarter is starting. Do I want to watch? Kind of look away. These fourth quarters have been brutal, especially these last 2 weeks, man. That's why you're going to watch a game on Saturday, a basketball game, and against a really good team, too, in Michigan State. And I won't be watching, wondering, oh, gosh, what's going to happen in the final 10 minutes of this game and how crushing is this loss going to feel? You know what I mean? There's a text in here. This was the other text I was referring to from Jeffrey. And I don't know, I guess, did we go overboard on the basketball win yesterday? He says, man, you can tell when your school hasn't won anything in 2 months. Just don't count your chickens before they hatch.
I think I said that was a Sweet 16 team. If that's overboard, then yeah, I guess so. I don't
think that's overboard.
I looked at that Razorback team and looked at the talent that they had running up, just the athletes and those freshmen. So we're in November. Come February, those freshmen won't even look like freshmen anymore. Like that team's going to grow to get. You don't know what's going to happen with injuries. You don't know if Brazil's going to play 30 minutes a game every game. I thought Brazil was out there a lot. He's 27, almost 30 minutes. Yeah. The Brazil you got, he set a career high for Trevion Brazil.
Plus,
what a way to start your senior campaign.
I mean, Matt, by then, even just before they even get to February.
And our best player apparently didn't play.
Right, yeah. Carter Knox has, I heard it described as turf toe.
Oh.
Can you have turf toe if it's a basketball court, if it's a floor?
Yeah, it's just arthritis. It's just your toe won't bend. That's
I hate hearing it because you've got the soundbite of Coach Cal talking about it, C-Unit. You never know with turf toe. Isn't there a quarterback that's dealing with it right now in the NFL, and it's been a minute since he came back? Or was that or it might have been Marcel Reed at A&M?
Turf toe?
Burrow, that's who it is. That's exactly right. You haven't seen him in a while, have you?
I've seen turf toe in careers. That's a tough. It's arthritic. It won't bend. You can't put any pressure on it. He's still young enough, and I think Burrow's even going to have surgery on it, so maybe he has to.
But sorry, even before they get to February, and the idea, so they'll be, I would assume, maybe a little bit different physically, And it's not like they're weak right now. But by then, they will have played Michigan State, Louisville, Texas Tech, Houston, Duke. Goodness gracious. That's before you've even played an SEC team. I mean, there was the whole point looking into the schedule this year. Coming in to this season, you've got to play Florida, Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, Texas. You got to play some. I shouldn't put Texas in the category of those other programs. But now, I mean, all these other, you're playing these teams before then. They will have been in some wars, Matt, before they even get into the SEC wars. This team's going to be, I mean, it's a cliche to throw this term out there, but they'll be battle tested before they even get to New Year's, man. I mean, before you go into the Christmas break, they're playing Houston. Houston's a short list for a national championship team.
I'm telling you, I like Nick Pringle. Man, dude is just a beast in there. Billy Richmond, he's so versatile. You can go small and put Billy at the 4 and kind of cause some problems. And then you're able to switch things on defense. I mean, there's a plethora of talent on this basketball team. I can say it before he's not here.
Make sure you got another 37 minutes that you can throw that word in there if you want. It's also going to be a team that's pretty selfless because it's also pretty obvious who the best scorers on this team are. I mean, they all scored 20 or more yesterday. And it looks pretty obvious. Guys are going to be able to get their assists up this year.
Well, you want to make the open pass. There's nothing worse than playing basketball with a selfish basketball player, meaning a guy that won't pass the ball or then also a guy that won't play defense. And this level, it's tough to stay on the floor if you don't want to play defense. But, man, I don't know how to equate it in baseball. It's like maybe what pitch is coming in baseball, but when you make that extra pass and nobody's around you and you get to shoot it, like the chances of you making it go up exponentially. That's what you want. Make that extra pass, you're going to make more shots.
877-377-6963 to get with us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. We've got some fourth quarter traditions coming in here from some Razorback fans who have kind of been a little tired of what it is that they're watching. Andy says the fourth quarter tradition is vomiting on ourselves. It does feel like that sometimes. Chris loves War Pigs, wants a little bit more of it. You're right, though. I mean, how can you have fourth quarter traditions if you don't win games? That's kind of what it's all built on.
It's been brutal up there in Fayetteville for football the last few years. I mean, absolutely brutal. This year, did they win a single conference game in Fayetteville? Did they win a single conference game in Fayetteville last year? One. Phil went over the schedule. The record last year, we win 1 out of every 4 SEC football games. That's I don't know what are you supposed to do with that?
That's the thing that's the toughest about this. And look, I mean, so much of the conversation about who's going to be the next coach, it comes down to a lot of folks text in or call in with the thought that you want the coach who just wants who is going to take what you got right now. And I think a lot of people are thinking that nobody wants this football program. Nobody worth wanting wants this football program. You know what I mean? So that you go with the guy who's there, who says he wants it and is coaching him right now. Man, sometimes you come across like an abused fan base. And I don't mean that in the most in like a negative way or anything, but it's like if you're talking 13 years, and again, I don't know exactly what the winning percentage is, but Matt, I think you're about right. It's like a 25% winning percentage in conference, something like that. That is like abuse on Saturdays as a football fan. Watching that when in the fourth quarter you're going into it and you're expecting to see you puke on your own shoes. It's rough. Somebody's got to get this program out of its doldrums. Get people thinking differently about it. It's not the way Auburn views themselves right now. Guess who's been throwing up on themselves in fourth quarters? Auburn. It didn't happen at Fayetteville. That's the thing. The things going on at Auburn, that place is nuts. Absolutely crazy. You've had the last 2 coaches in Florida fail to put a winning program together. And the idea that, well, they're just going to be able to hire who it is that they want. I they're going after Lane Kiffin. That guy's staying where he is. Somebody's got to shake Arkansas out of their doldrums, Matt. Hey, I'm only pointing something out. I don't know who the guy out there is, but you got to get to a place where, for the next coaching search, that it's not a matter of, well, there's only one guy who wants us, so let's go with him. And make up fake contract terms like he's going to take it for a year or something.
We'll see. I don't know if hopefully the Simon's doing the research right. So if 2022, this Arkansas team has won 2 home games conference since 2022.
Doesn't sound good. It's kind of abuse on the ears. 877-377-6963 to get with us.
Mississippi State has won 2 conference games in the last 3 years, and it's just been the Razorbacks. That's it.
Oh, I mean, right now Arkansas and Kentucky are at the bottom. It's like there's no data point between the 2 programs to show that they've played each other. I don't remember the last time Arkansas and Kentucky played, but that would be the one that would kind of be right now for 15 or 16 in the SEC. We'll see what happens in the next couple of years. It does not have to be that way.
The mighty Mississippi State Bulldogs fall off the schedule next year, so that's okay.
I can't believe you actually used the word mighty. But you know what? They have won 2 of the last 3 meetings. Back in just a moment, we'll be joined by Alyssa Orange from the Varsity Vibe podcast. This is Halftime.
Hogs on a run out. Brazil throws it down.
This is Halftime.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
November 9th, opening day of modern gun season, and Jelco Outdoors has all your deer hunting equipment ready for you. Jelco has a great selection of rifles, scopes, and lots of ammo. Stay warm and dry in the largest selection of boots and clothing for men, women, and children. Tree stands, saddles, box blinds, and ground blinds. Jelco can fix you up. Don't forget the blaze orange caps and vests. Good luck and safe hunting to all deer hunters from your locally owned one-stop shop for the best deer hunting equipment. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliate.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select innovative appliances like GE Profile. Add a touch of ease to your holiday with the all-in-one combo to wash and dry your laundry in one machine. And refrigerators with built-in convenient features like the dual dispense autofill water pitcher. Shop Black Friday savings on select GE Profile appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery. Appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
They say you can't have it all, but with Taco Bell's $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings boxes, you can have all you want. So, will you choose the eternally beloved $5 box, the extra elegance in the $7 box, or will you go full fuego with the $9 box? Now with the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito, the only wrong choice is not to choose. So, pick your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box today, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Well, Saturday night, we dance when she announced her drinks. She's born in a wild card. She was telling me wild things. She was telling me wild things. It's 3 past 7 of it. Discussing ourselves, spend the night. She grabbed my hand. I still my guts at the red light.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend Matt Jones.
Headed to our Lewis Automotive Hotline on a Tuesday morning, and Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, joining us here. Also, got to first give you the congratulations on the Dodgers World Championship. Alyssa, have you even been able to go to sleep after that?
Ooh, it was hard to go to sleep on Saturday night, that's for sure, and I was exhausted because I was in Hot Springs and been on the broadcast for the state volleyball games all day, and so you get it, Phil. You're exhausted from talking and calling games all day. And then you get to your hotel, and I just felt the entire time how stressed I was because I didn't feel like they were going to win until they won. And then it's like, well, now how do I come down from this really big emotional high that I'm on because it's almost midnight and I need to go to bed.
Well, you ended up making it to bed, I'm sure. How'd the volleyball finals go? What happened there?
Sure. It was a lot of fun. I mean, when you start off the day with both of the first two matches in 4A and 5A going all 5 sets, you knew it was going to be an exciting day of volleyball, and it was. Pulaski Academy starting off the day with winning their very first title, and that was exciting for them in the 4A. And then in the 5A, Farmington, who had been there for the very first time, falling just short to a Marion team. And then Conway defeating Fayetteville. They won back-to-back state titles. And then Hackett and Mansfield rounding out the night with wins. So it was an exciting day. I had never been down there to Banco ZK Arena, my first time down there, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's a great place. They've had the basketball state championships there for a long time, and it's a fantastic atmosphere. Volleyball's really, taken off, and for a while now, collegiate sports. What's it like high school sports-wise in Arkansas for volleyball?
I think it's growing. And, I was joking on the phone with the head coach of Marion, who started that program 30-some years ago. And she was like, when I was starting the program and getting volleyball going, they gave me soccer balls. It was like, no, this is not the same thing. I need volleyballs. And to see where the sport has taken off and grown. And I think it has a lot to do with the popularity of the college game and how competitive club has gotten, and it's trickling into the high school level as well. A lot of good, talented teams in the Northwest Arkansas corner and in the Northeast corner Central Arkansas is starting to kind of play catch up a little bit. But again, it's a fun sport. I think girls are realizing, hey, I can play this. I can get behind this sport, and it's fun and it's fast paced, and the student sections at the arena were awesome. So they're bringing in crowds, not just parent crowds, but fans.
Let's get into some high school football here. Last week of the regular season, right? What's up for grabs that you're paying attention to?
Oh man, I was reading through the scenarios and it's wild. First and foremost, though, in Central Arkansas, you've got an undefeated Bryant team and an undefeated in conference play Conway team, and they match up on Friday night, and that is going to be a thriller. I believe that game is at Conway, and that is going to be a thriller down there in Central Arkansas. You look up here, and there are so many scenarios. Bentonville West playing. Rogers is playing Heritage this week, and there's a whole thing and scenario where if Bentonville wins, they're outright champions of the 7A West. If West wins, but they have to win by 2, and Rogers lose, then they're the 1 seed. But if Rogers and West win, then there's a 3-way tie to Bentonville and West. So West is looking at, you could be a 1 seed if you play your cards and play well, or you could be a 3 seed. And so there's so many scenarios happening with the teams up here in Northwest Arkansas. Same with Fayetteville. Fayetteville beats Harbor. They can be a 4 seed. If not, they're a lower seed. Harbor's the 4 seed. It's a lot. So it's an exciting Friday night up here.
In terms of 6A, Greenwood and Mountain Home would look to be a really big one as well. Nobody's been able to keep up with Greenwood, though. Mountain Home's had a great season, though.
They have, and I think Mountain Home might be, again, one of the better chances. If anyone at all is going to knock out Greenwood, it would maybe be Mountain Home during the regular season. They've got a really talented running back named Barrett Miller. Also plays defense, has kind of been their workhorse this season. But they really take over the identity of their head coach, Steve Airy, and he is just a no-nonsense, old-school, love ball, grind it out, hard-nosed kind of coach. And they play with a little bit of a chip and a lot of grit. And they're a really fun team to watch. And so I'm curious to see when they go to Greenwood how that's going to look. Because we just know that offense right now for Greenwood is just really hard to slow down and stop. And their defense has come a long way since the beginning of the season, and they're playing really good as well, too. So it'll be a big challenge for Mountain Home, but it's another one we're keeping an eye on.
No, you had a chance to talk with Rogers linebacker Braxton Lindsay, who's committed to BYU. What did he talk at all about his decision for BYU? Because I know that Arkansas went after him, and there were some SEC schools that were interested in him, but BYU's a pretty interesting place.
Yeah, and for him, when I talked to him at the beginning of the season, I talked to him about committing to BYU, and his big thing was he just felt like it was that family atmosphere that he wanted. And I might have mentioned this before, and we've talked about in the world of NIL and the transfer portal. I mean, he made it very clear he wanted to look and see somewhere that he could spend the next 4 years. And I'm not saying that guys just go in knowing that they might transfer, but he wanted to look at a place and say, can I spend 4 years here? Can I be a part of this program? And that was really important to him. And I think that, what their head coach, Kalani Sitake, is building right now, this is one of the best recruiting classes that BYU has ever had. And Braxton Lindsay's a part of it. He's also a two-way guy, which I talked to him about that too. And BYU could give him an opportunity to play both sides of the field. After he said maybe freshman year, just work on being a linebacker. But he's got such good hands that he could be a weapon offensively. So he might be able to play both ways for BYU too, which could be interesting.
Did a recruit telling you that he's looking for a place to spend the next 4 years feel like an outlier?
A little bit. I haven't had anyone else say that to me necessarily when I've asked and had conversations about, I really like the coaching staff. I like this. But for him, he's like, I could see myself here for 4 years. This is what I wanted. I don't plan on leaving. I just don't know how much you really, truly, I'm not saying that other guys don't think that, and maybe they're just not saying it out loud, but it really has opened the door, college athletics and football has, to being able to, hey, if you don't feel comfortable, you can go somewhere else pretty easily at the snap of a finger. And so that might not necessarily be a priority for guys because they know they have that as an option if things don't work out. And so, yeah, I thought that was very telling of him to say it out loud.
Alyssa Orange is with us. She is the host of the Varsity Vibe podcast. Alyssa, both Matt and I got involved at least a little bit with trying to promote Dirks High School to win the T-Mobile Friday Night 5G Lights contest. They did win it. We knew about it last week. $1 million for Dirks High School to redo their football stadium. It's one of the coolest stories I've heard for a while here.
Yeah, it really is really cool. And how about that? I mean, a national contest put on by T-Mobile and a school like Dirks being able to win it. And it brought them some spotlight, that obviously as a small school, you don't necessarily get, and to have those resources and that money to be able to pour into the program is really, really cool. You don't hear much about that kind of stuff like that. But that's such a cool story.
Well, we really appreciated them just asking us to get involved in it, and then hopefully it helped a little bit. We got basketball season has started college-wise. I got a chance to watch the men yesterday. I'm on my way up to Fayetteville after today's halftime for Coach Music's debut, regular season, and really interested to see how they look. They got a tough game today too. This Louisiana Tech team is picked to win Conference USA, so it's not like they did not get a doormat to begin the season. That's for sure.
No, they did not. And I'm excited to see, too, what this Kelsey Music team looks like just in this first game. And we know this. Teams are going to get the kinks out. Teams are going to evolve as the season continues. And game one is not indicative of a team and what they're going to look like in March. But they've been working really hard. And we have heard so much from her, from the players, when you read interviews that have been done, the fast pace and the movement and how quick she wants to play and how her practices are tough and they're constantly moving. And are we going to see that tonight on the floor? What does the chemistry look like with all of these brand new pieces that she's brought in and the pieces that are still here? I just want to see exactly what maybe all this stuff that we heard in the off season about the style that she likes to play with, how it looks the very first time it's put on a court. And so I'll be watching for sure tonight.
I'm excited. I mean, there's all these other players to watch too, but Mike last year would tell me a little bit about Bonnie Days, who's from Australia, freshman guard, who's really, really exciting. She made the decision to stick to her commitment to Arkansas, and I've heard a lot about her. I've been to a couple practices, and she just looks really quick, which you're gonna have to be in order to play in this kind of an offense. So I'm excited to see her.
Yeah, I want to see it in action. I want to see the pace and play, and I want to be able to see the speed and the endurance that comes with playing in the style that she wants to play in, and what it looks like against, like you mentioned, a really good opponent in Louisiana Tech.
So you got to look last night at Cal's version, and when I'm watching the highlights and listening to the broadcast, and just the excitement about what's coming up on Saturday and everything. I mean, you could not have basketball for men's and women's being two totally different places right now, truthfully.
Yeah, truly. I mean, I got to see some glimpses of the game here and there yesterday. So fun fact, I am coaching Finn's basketball team this year. So we had practice yesterday. So we were running through drills with a bunch of 8-year-olds at practice, and so we caught a little bit of the game when we came back, and I was cooking dinner.
You cracked the whip
here and there.
You send them on suicides and everything.
Man, I try to be nice, but I'm the toughest on my own son because I look at him and I'm like, if you don't listen to me, how do you expect these other 5 to listen to me? They're focused. It's like herding cats. They're so aggressive and they want to do all these things and they can't focus, but they're fun. And I'm excited for the season to get started on Saturday. But yeah, I got to catch some glimpses of what we saw and just so much talent. I think that just where they're starting this season with who they are as a team is so much more defined than it was year one under Cal.
All right, but tell me, what would be the defining characteristic of an Alyssa Orange coached basketball team?
I just want them to be able to dribble when they get the ball.
So
we're still in the whole stages of fundamentals. Got to work on the little things, guys. Got to be able to dribble. You know, we do these dribbling drills, and then we do a little bit of a scrimmage, and the minute one gets the ball, then they start running. And I'm like, no, we got to dribble. Guys, we got to dribble. You know, we got to be able to pass. You don't have to make rules. Pass twice before you shoot. Otherwise, it would just be a shooting fest. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep track throughout the season.
The philosophy of a Phil Elson coached youth basketball team would be Uncrustables for everybody. We leave it at that.
Right. Yeah. Promise them candy if they just focus at the end.
Appreciate your time, Alyssa. We'll do it again next week.
Yeah,
Thank
guys.
you.
You're welcome. See ya.
Alyssa Orange is the host of the Varsity Vibe podcast. Download it anywhere you download podcasts, and also sign up for their newsletter at varsityvibear.com. You can also call us, text us. Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Boy, it's gorgeous driving weather these days. Are you thinking about adventures next summer? Well, get over to Crabtree RV Center in Alma because they've got the perfect RV on the lot sitting right there for you. They've been doing it for the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 3/4 of a century and counting. You'll always get the best RV purchasing experience. You'll get personalized financing, top-of-the-line parts and service department at Crabtree RV, where I-40 and I-49 come together in Alma, and online at crabtreerv.com. Back in a moment to wrap up hour number 1. This is Halftime.
You trying to get me fined?
This is Halftime.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your winter with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft, buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Cozy up to the goodness of the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon raisin biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma. Residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
Crisp air, colorful leaves, and the perfect season to get moving. It's fall at True Grit Running Company. Whether you're hitting the trails, walking the neighborhood, or cheering from the sidelines, we've got the shoes, apparel, and accessories to keep you comfy and supported. From cozy layers to top brands like Hoka, Brooks, and OOFOS, fall into your new favorites today. Stop by True Grit Running Company on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, right behind Chick-fil-A. This autumn, let your journey start with True Grit.
The season of giving is here. This is Colton Little with ESPN Arkansas, and we're partnering with C2 Supply in Poto, Oklahoma, and we want you to join us for a special cause. Come by Poto Chamber of Commerce this Friday, November 7th from 11:30 to 1:30 for C2 Supply's drive-through fundraiser for the Poto Community Holiday Dinners. Lunch will be served starting at 11:30, and as you go through, cash donations will help provide Thanksgiving and Christmas meals for all local families in need. So drive through and grab lunch, then give from the heart. Together, let's make sure everyone has a place and a meal at the table this holiday season. ESPN Arkansas and C2 Supply, making a difference this holiday season with your heart of giving.
It's the season for shopping the store that honors Christ all year long. It's the season for shopping the Solid Rock. Lots of gift ideas, including home decor, greeting cards, books, women's boutique items, and of course, Bibles. And while you're there, make your gift extra special with custom laser engraving, pins, cutting boards, wallets, Bibles, and more. Lots of selections to choose from or ask about custom orders. The Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, family owned and serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
Stop in for big savings on their 2-day Christmas open house on November 21st and 22nd.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level. For you, learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
She's in a family full of eccentrics. She's done things I never expected. I need more time.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Hey, Matt, how does my beard look today? Does it look like I've grown anything from yesterday?
Electric. Maybe you can get an electric shaver. And you're not doing no any shaving.
No Shave November. That's right. Raising money and awareness for the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation by not shaving, which I would do that anyway, but I also would clip my beard every. What do? I mean, you and I have facial hair, Matt, but I do it a little differently than you. I'll clip it about once a week. What about you?
I'm gonna cut my neck tomorrow. So I'll go all the way down there, jawline, neck. And then you don't want the wings, you don't want them flying. So I just try to fade it down like an old school, kind of fade it down. And then I use the lady razor for my noggin. That's because I know you were bringing this up about nicking yourself. If you use that lady razor that has the stuff on it, man, it's such a easy glide.
I would love for the top of my head to be as smooth as the smoothest leg that's ever been out there. Why not? Would you touch my head then? Don't answer.
Would
that.
it be C-mid? Would it be mid?
You have to check on it. I definitely belong on C-mid's list. There's never been two ways about that. Help me raise money and awareness for the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation. 1 in 8 men will develop prostate cancer during his lifetime. Early detection is key. So if you're around the age of 40, you got to make sure you get tested. It's that simple. 99% of men who have the disease detected before symptoms set in will survive. So you got to make sure that you get tested. And there's more information online at arprostatecancer.org. You can go onto my social media, Phil Elson PXP, and donate or don't. It's okay if you don't. Just make sure you get yourself tested. That's the top of the list and the thing we got to make sure you take care of. I also, Matt, today it is November the 4th, and I heard my first Christmas song of the season at the Love's gas station in Morrilton on my way up here today. It's fine with me because it was one of the songs I like. It was Mele Kalikimaka is the wise way. It was Bing Crosby singing. It sounded great. I smiled, and then I bought you guys donuts. Without the song, I don't think I would have been in that mood to buy you some food. So you're welcome.
Thank you. Always giving gifts, man. That was those are the best ones.
And they're the only donuts that he'll eat. The crunch donuts with the coconuts, the little coconut shavings on the edge of them. Matt's trying to make me healthy. I'm trying to poison Matt.
Yeah, I got him a ginger shot, and he got me sugar. So we're doing great.
All right, I got you sugar because you're sweet.
I'm sweet enough. That's right.
Exactly right. Are we playing Mele Kalikimaka at some point?
Absolutely.
That's a song that's worth playing.
We'll play it in the next hour.
Just don't get your Christmas decorations up just yet. You can keep the Halloween stuff out there for another couple of weeks. Why not? And then throw your little turkeys out there on the lawns and gourds. It's gourd season, thank goodness. Fisherman, Clay Henry. I was going to throw all of his introductions in there. Fisherman goes last. Emmy Award winner, Hall of Famer, Fisherman Clay Henry joining us. at the top of this hour.
I like Hall of Famer Fisherman Clay Emmy.
Well, whatever it is we call him, he joins us pretty soon. Join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963, and we are back right after this break.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/score for 10% off your first month. This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/score for 10% off your first month.
With winter just around the corner, now's the time to make sure your equipment is ready to handle the cold, the snow, and everything in between. Whether you're planning preventative maintenance, gearing up for snow removal, or keeping your fleet running through harsh conditions, Sharp Equipment is here to help you stay ahead. If you've got winter projects coming up, let Sharp Equipment know what parts you'll need. Sharp Equipment can help you avoid downtime and keep your operations moving no matter the weather. Give Sharp Equipment a call at 479-649-0500 or stop by at 3918 Pointer Trail East in Van Buren to see how Sharp Equipment can help you keep moving forward.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, blue sky, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be into the lower 70s. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, and overnight low will drop down upper 40s to low 50s. Wednesday, blue sky, lots of sunshine. Our high on Wednesday, right around 75. Thursday, sunny skies. Our high, low 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forsgren Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since
KERX
1936.
Paris Fort Smith. The worldwide leader in sports, ESPN 95.3.
Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that can respect you.
Live from the Bush Light Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback? It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Back on halftime, hour number 2, 12:01 in the afternoon to be exact. And welcome back in on halftime on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Christian Johnston producing. We'll have the one and only Hall of Famer and Emmy Award winner Clay Henry joining us in just a moment. You can join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline at 877-377-6963 at any time. Seeing some text coming in here. JT's house is turning into the Christmas wonderland already on November the 4th. I'm not up here telling you don't get your house ready for it or not, because I know when it comes to JT, he's not the one making those decisions anyway. He's just sort of going with the flow, which I think keeps very important people quite happy. Yes. Matt, do you ever do a Christmas decoration? Do you do a tree?
You know, I've lived a couple different lives.
Sometimes and sometimes not.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s. If it's just me, really not doing a whole lot of Christmas decorations. But if there's, somebody else, sometimes you do a couple of them. But it's not a whole lot of Christmas going on.
Growing up, I did not have a Christmas tree as a Jewish person. But like same with you, depending on who I'm hanging out with.
I'm not against it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
It's okay. It just hasn't
It's not
necessarily
really my idea.
Hasn't necessarily been my thing. That's exactly right. Bringing on the one and only Hall of Famer, Emmy Award winner, Clay Henry. Clay, it's kind of starting to roll off my tongue a lot easier now. I think your intro is a lot easier to say than it was last week.
You can just say Clay, and I'll be here.
Works just right.
Yeah, it's there was. There's a couple of stories out there that have quoted me. One of them about the new emergency trout regulations. A guy from Fly Fisherman Magazine interviewed me, and his second graph said Clay Henry, Emmy Award-winning sports writer and sportscaster. It's like, I guess that's the way it's going to be now.
And when it comes to being in print, I mean, those words are money, so you got to make sure they throw those in there properly. Well, Clay, it's good to have you, man. We got you for a couple of days here. Obviously, lots going on. You got the start of the basketball season last night. You have women's basketball starting today. The World Series felt like it was an outlier.
Epic.
Not just one of the greatest World Series ever played, but one of the greatest championship game or series of any sport I think that I've been around for. And then, hey, we got a week with no Arkansas football game too. So at least we got that going for us.
They're not going to lose this week.
I don't know.
We got into a little bit, and got Champions League as well. We got into a little bit about the next coaching job, and and you said something, Clay, when Bobby first got on there. You're like, you'll know it when you see it. And I guess I want to ask you, have you seen it yet? Because my thing was I was like, you got to win one. You can't go 0-4, but. I guess you could. I guess you could see it and still not have the talent and still go 0-4. How important is it that Bobby, if they get a victory, if he wants to be the next head coach?
Yeah, I still think that you have to see it all play out. And you're not going to hire a coach this week, so that's just not going to happen. So there's the urgency is there with fans, but it's not there with the school, and you have to let it play out. And you win a couple of these last three, and I think it's he's got the job. These are high profile games coming up. A lot riding on. Matt, you'd be better to speak on this, but I consider LSU to be a quote rival for at least part of the fan base.
100%.
The southern part of the state. I don't know what part of the state, North Arkansas, you hear a little talk about Missouri, not much. But for, Texas is a rival.
I was going to say these three games are kind of considered our rival games right now.
Yeah, that's where I was going. And as a player, these are the three most important games. You see if you get their best. And if there's been a build-up, there's been improvement in some areas, and then you had a massive slide back with penalties, and we can get into that. But still, that to me, that's a product of trying too hard. I think that they weren't focused on penalties; they were focused on effort, and you have to Eddie Sutton used to preach that you get to the magic level. You can't be above it. You can't be below it. You have to hit that magic level, and that is where effort and responsibility to your job and your technique and your teammates is as important as the effort. And the magic level, they exceeded that in that game, which, you applaud them for playing so hard. But they played so hard that they didn't stay within the rules in some aspect.
It's an interesting way to look at it, Matt, because you guys who play football have used the idea of violence. Controlled violence is usually the two things that go together. They had the violence, they lost the control.
Well, I think it's heavy as the monkey on your back. I think that's why they lost a little bit of it, is because it's just you're feeling that you want it so bad. They're feeling the pressure. They can't. Every time they think they got the ball up the mountain, it comes back down. I think mentally it's tough on everybody involved.
It is hard to win, and there's not just one thing that gives you wins. It's all of the sum parts. It's everything you do as a team. It's doing all the little things. I mean, it's written in stone. You don't run into the kicker. It is written in stone. You stay on side on extra points. You don't do those things. I mean, they're off sides on an extra point by 5 yards.
Well, and you block inside out when you're blocking for a punt. You don't let a block get. That's from 7th grade. They teach you that. No.
Yeah. So those are basic fundamental things that you have to do to win, and the fourth quarter is the most important quarter. That's when all the you have to dot the I's and cross the T's of all the little things, and they did just the opposite. So those are, you go back to the drawing board and it's like, okay, we got this, we got the effort part, we got playing hard, the essence of coaching, which I think Bobby's that's what he's been focused on, but they got out of control. And now I'd like to, we can have a whole segment on the officiating, and I don't want to do that right now, Phil, but we'll get there. But it's back to the question. You know it when you see it. I see a lot of things I like, but Bobby's not there yet. He hasn't. He's not to the end of the rope, and I believe that in regards to the rope, it looks like his players are still holding on because they played hard.
Let me throw something in on the idea of knowing it when you see it, maybe in reverse to a positive thing. What about the idea of you know it when you see it? If a team loses its composure the way that Arkansas did, and look, this is not to the idea of all the flags that went against Arkansas. I think Mississippi State should have been flagged quite a few times too. That didn't get thrown, but Arkansas still lost their composure. And whether or not
coach lost his composure.
Whether or not it started with Petrino's flag, that's always a reflection upon the coach or the coaching staff. So can you take that, when you see it, and look at it as the other way? When you see it, that's not the guy you want, maybe.
Well, there is, if that's the last look you get, then it's and you were hiring a coach this week, then he lost the job with that. But it's not. They're not to that point yet. They have an open date and then 3 big rival games. And we'll see if, he's got another open date. It looked like that they put together some things in the last open date, got on the right track. Now we'll see if they're able to kind of do a reset, do a refocus, and get a lot of the little things right that help you win. And it's but you're right. The last image that we have is that fourth quarter, and it's not a good one. But it's there's he's coming down to the last 3 fourth quarters, the last 3 chances to put his resume out there for the people that are making the decision, which I assume it's the board of trustees at this point, that they're heavily involved. At least some members of the board of trustees are, in what I've been told, and we'll see. There's still a lot of support for him. There's starting to be the naysayers have things to grab hold of, like we haven't seen a victory. We've seen undisciplined play, so they're latched on to that. But then there's an awful lot of people that say, our team's playing hard. I live with that right now, knowing that he has a chance to rebuild a defense in the offseason. So there are people that are latched hold of what they want to see. The ones that didn't want him in the first place, now they have their ammunition. And the ones that are Petrino all the way till the very end haven't given up yet.
What's the what's the thing on the backup quarterback? Do you want to see a package? Are you nervous to say, all right, we put the backup in, he does well, then he gets in the port? I don't think we can play in this world with fear. But we can't make a bowl game now. How do you see it? But we're still trying to win. He's still coaching for his job. What do you think the quarter and how healthy is Taylon Green?
Yeah, that's he's got an open date, so he'll probably be all right. He's proven that he's going to play with some degree of pain and injuries. He did that last year. He's probably done it this year. He came back in game. I think he's the quarterback until he can't go, until somebody says he can't go. In the age-old deal about the backup quarterback's better because he hasn't messed up yet. We just haven't seen it. The coaches have seen it. They know exactly what they have, and they know if their best chance to win. And let's be honest, it's not about going to a bowl. It's about winning a game so that these coaches, stay here. That's what it's about. And it looks like the players are playing for them. Until we don't see that, you'd have to believe that they understand that the coach is not trying to get somebody ready for next year, but trying to win right now. And he's going to do it with the players that he thinks give them the best chance. And so far, it's been he's convinced that it's Taylon Green.
877-377-6963 for the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Good afternoon, Charlie. What's up, Tuna?
What's up, fellas? I might sound, maybe I'll sound a little down today. The Tuna, he's a tired mentally. Right now, the Tuna is tired. So,
it's an open day week, Tuna. You'd be all right.
It's too much swimming upstream.
Well, the Tuna, I will say the job up here has gotten to me. So I've kind of had to take a half day here. And I'll tell you, it is something, man. Mental health is something, and I can't imagine what these kids, these coaches are going through. I know it's mentally challenging, but I do give them credit, the way they've been able to go out there each and every week. And I feel like you guys are right. I think it all started when they picked Taylon up right there, right before Bobby went crazy. And I think they kind of lost. It's an emotional game, and it's tough. And it just felt like to me, though, I know you guys don't want to talk about the officiating. It became so one-sided, but at the same time, you can't do some of the things that we did. I think the Quincy Rhodes play where we got in the backfield, and you can't pick the guy up and slam him. You just know you can't. You can't do it. And I know it's hard. It's tough. Now, the targeting play, that's another – look, by the rule, I get it, but when I watch that play, I'm just like, man, I don't understand what else he's supposed to do there. I don't know, because it just didn't look like he was, you see the targeting plays and it's like, that's intentional. He was trying to go head to head. And then I've watched that play a few times and I'm like, he wasn't trying to, but I get it. You're trying to protect the players. I do. Did you guys catch the game last night? Obviously, Matt, I know that would have been the first one for you. What did you guys think? Obviously, Arkansas athletically was way more athletic than Southern. But my thing with you guys is, obviously Carter Knox, what are they thinking? I mean, look, turf toe is, if that's what they're saying it is, a toe issue. We got to be careful with this, right? Because we don't want to rush him back. And also, that to me, that's going to be the key with this team, because I think we have an 8, and if Isaiah can continue to get better, 9-man rotation, this team right here, I mean, they got it. They got the talent. What did you guys see, Matt? What did you like, and all you guys? And I'll hang up and listen.
Charlie, thank you.
Big Pringle guy. Big. Can't just have one. I like Nick Pringle, man. He was. There's a lot of things to like about this team and what we saw against Southern, but just initial love number 23. Like that dude.
I like that you got older big guys who are selfless and are going to rebound and are going to need a rebound on Saturday against the Michigan State team that had, I think, close to 55 rebounds, if that was the number I saw, against Colgate. And I love that you can score at every level. You got outside, you got mid-range, you got in the lane, and you get getting to the rim. I just think it's going to be tough to hold them under 75, 80 points.
Michigan State has a reputation that they're going to punk you. They're going to knock you around. They're going to be physical. I don't mean they play dirty, but they're going to test you in a way like Tennessee does. They're going to set hard screens. They're going to fight you for every inch on the floor physically. If you go through the lane, you're going to get knocked around. They play Big Ten basketball, and it will be a really, really good game for these young guards. You're right. The big guys are going to have to do their part. This is going to be in their wheelhouse. Older players playing against older players, but they need this type of game for Acuff and Thomas and Sealy to some extent. If Sealy's going to play minutes until Knox gets going, then he needs this too, because you can be taken out of your rhythm by the physical nature of what Michigan State's going to do to you.
Things are just a little bit tougher. Phil and I were talking about that this morning, that you go up and play, and I don't know their staff, but you play against a fifth-year senior type of guard that understands the concepts, and he's been in 5 different college off seasons.
He knows what's a foul.
Yeah,
he
he's
knows
just
what
a
he can
little
get away
stronger
with.
than it doesn't mean the 18-year-old kid's not going to go play in the NBA and is not better. He just you're a better athlete when you're 24 than when you're 18.
But also, what a great way to get your career started. You get a little warm up. I mean, you get 2 warm ups with the exhibitions, and there was some excitement around that. Then you get your warm up yesterday, and then for your second game to be against that coach, that program on the road in that building with that kind of an atmosphere with a national audience. For a game that was promoted on the network that was carrying Game 7 of the World Series, the most watched Game 7 maybe in our entire lives. So it's kind of
SEC. Do we do anything with Fox? Do we stay with ESPN?
Yeah,
I wonder
they're signed
about
for years.
Yeah, I see. I was thinking about it's like we got to get out of that.
You're never going to be on Fox like ever again. Is there? I mean, are they? When's the last time Arkansas was on Fox for anything?
Cotton Bowl, maybe. Whenever we were playing,
It must have been the Cotton Bowl. You're right. It's just rare. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive Hotline. Remember Walker Brothers in Fayetteville and Rogers. True style is not accidental, intentional, refined, and unmistakable. Walker Brothers in Fayetteville and Rogers, Bowman's in Little Rock. Every jacket, shirt, and shoe is hand-selected for men who understand the power of a good impression. Big meetings, special occasions, you're going to arrive with quiet confidence, respected presence, and if you look good, you feel good. You're always going to feel good. You'll also play good, thanks to Walker Brothers and Bowman's fine men's clothing. When you get over there, check out their awesome Razorback collection, which includes Razorback gear that you will not find anywhere else. Walker Brothers in Fayetteville and Rogers, Bowman's in Little Rock. Your life, your style, your store. Back with more halftime right after this break.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
This is Phil Steele, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
How much more difficult has your job gotten in the last 24, 36 months with Portal, with all these things, and just keeping everybody on the right
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Eat Lux your way with the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the $5 box, as classic as ever. The $7 box has your favorite indulgences and more. And the $9 box introduces you to your newest obsession, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. It's Lux. For less. Try the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Down to the west side. I promise you there you'll be all mine. Then we started nesting on in. My love for you burning bright through space.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, back on Halftime, we got Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us. Jim in Yellville held through the break. He's on our Lewis Automotive Hotline. Jim, thanks for holding, and good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, buddy, I'm doing great. You guys doing good?
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, I just had a couple things to say. and you might agree with me and you might not, but that's okay. Regarding the coaching job, I just really feel like we need to stick with Bobby Petrino. These are not the guys, with the exception of Taylor Green, these are not the guys that he's really recruited. But I think if we could give him a year of recruiting, and give him a full, camp of his players, I think because of what he's done with what he has, which is a group of pretty talented guys, I think he deserves a right. But regarding the last two games against Auburn and especially Mississippi State, that was in my opinion, that was the most biased refereed game I think I've ever seen. When they called roughing the passer or against us, I can't remember who it was, but to me, I don't think he blew the whistle, did he? The referee was right there. I don't think he blew the whistle. I saw him put it up to his mouth, but I didn't hear no whistle, so the guy would just play into the whistle. But then they turned around and the same thing, and the same thing happened to Taylor Green with the last play of the game, and no whistle. But 17, 18 penalties for 190 to 198 yards, I don't know exactly, to 4 penalties for Mississippi State. That something's wrong there. I'm sorry. I'm not saying we lost the game because of the referees, but I can tell you.
How much do you think, Jim, that the week before when Bobby got onto that ref because he did make a mistake, he blew the whistle, we were going to get another 2 yards and the Mike Washington carry, but he said no, he stopped his momentum, and then Bobby laid into him. And do you think that has something to do Do you think that had something to do with it?
I think it's very possible. I really do. I mean, them guys
They
talk.
all talk, yeah.
Sure, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But that sure don't make your sore leg feel better. That's just. I think that everything has been stacked against Arkansas this year. I know. I was a big Sam Pittman supporter, and I wish that he was still there. But I'm as equally happy that Bobby Petrino's there. I just hope and pray that they give him a 2-year contract. We waited this freaking long. We ought to be able to wait 2 more years, and I just about guarantee it. Bobby will turn it around.
Jim, who's taking a 2-year contract in this market? Are we really going to be giving somebody a 2-year contract? How can you recruit with a 2-year contract? This is some of the it's fine. Like the idea of Bobby Petrino being the head coach, that's fine. But I think we have to be realistic about what it is that you're going to do if he's going to be hired. I don't think you're going to be hiring him at some discount. There's a lot of people have texted in. I feel like we might be in a fantasy world in some cases. Whether or not he's the head coach, no coach is signing a 2-year deal.
I mean, he can't be on double secret probation. You can't do that. I mean, it's not.
You can't.
It would be used against them in recruiting.
You can't.
Of course, I don't know how many players are more than 2-year commitments now. So
the idea of, look, Sam was an experiment, and I thought the idea was it was going to be 2 years. Turned out to be almost 6. The next hire can't be an experiment, and that's the idea. If it's, we'll give him 2 years, then it's an experiment. No one's signing a contract for 2 years. And all right, so other aspects of this as well. I just want to play devil's advocate here. This is not a perfect offense. It's a better offense than before. It's a better offensive line. I like this offensive line. Still haven't been able to solve the main problem offensively, and really the defining characteristic of Arkansas football over this year and the previous year is turning the ball over. That's on offense, not on defense. They don't get enough turnovers. They just won the turnover battle, I think, in a loss for the first time in a long time. Fumbles are the defining characteristic. Unfortunately, that's on the offense. I just want to play devil's advocate here for a minute. Hasn't been perfect on that side either.
Yeah, and let's don't say that he picked the quarterback, but he didn't pick the rest of the offense, because I think he probably did pick the rest of the offense. I think he was along for the ride on every one of those decisions with Sam, picking players. Sam wasn't going to pick offensive players and say, here they are. You go try to figure out what to do with these. He's going to bring in players that from Mason Jones to all those tight ends. I mean, I think that Bobby had a hand in picking every one of those players. Now, I'm not, he didn't pick any of the defense. Let's be honest about that. We know that. But I think he signed off on those offensive picks.
877-377-6963 if you want to get with us here on Halftime. And remember Joe's Grilling Cantina when it comes time for football season. Joe's Grilling Cantina at 3400 South 74th across from Harps in Fort Smith. It's where the tap flows and fans roar, and it's where you get half-price apps and cheap taps if you're wearing your Razorback gear during football games. joesfortsmith.com to learn more, and stay with us. Halftime continues right after this break.
I tried one time in Fayetteville, Arkansas. It didn't go too well. Wound up getting arrested.
This is Halftime.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Thomas drives, Acuff's open in the corner, 3-ball good.
This is Halftime.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees. It should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee, included with every tire purchase with paid installation. You'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all. DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
How far will it go before you're willing to fall so low? I need you to stay until the answer begins to take shape. Ooh, you know me so well, you know me so well. Ooh, you know me so well, you know me so well. Ooh, you know me so well, you know me so well. Ooh, you know me so well, you know me so well.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us as well, taking you up to 2 o'clock today on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. A couple callers held through the break. I'm going to go right to them. Here's Paul in Fayetteville. Paul, thanks for calling and holding. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, guys. I listen. Very, very rarely do I call in. But, Matt, I don't know if you remember a conversation me and a couple other guys had at Ben Guerin, I think prior to last season. I said at that time, I felt like when they hired Petrino, it was almost a last-ditch effort, almost a desperation to try to do something to change the program's trajectory. At the time, I said I didn't think it was a good idea. I felt like we were taking a step backwards. And here it is 2 years later, and I feel like we have not only taken a step backwards, but we are now running full speed in reverse. I understand Petrino in his day was an outstanding coach. He is still a good coach, but he's not what we need to move the program forward. I keep hearing all the fans saying, well, if he just gets the right defensive coordinator and defensive guys, and I could be incorrect in this, but in his coaching tenure, I believe he's only had one time at Louisville where he had a top 12 defense and one time in Arkansas when he had a top 35 defense. He's never been known as he's never had a defensive-oriented team. And I don't know why the fans think all of a sudden now he is going to just reverse his full trajectory and concentrate and focus on defense.
Paul, what I think they're saying here, I'll just cut in briefly, is that they're looking at what this season has been like and say, well, Bobby can have the same kind of offense as a head coach. All he needs is a little bit of a better defense, just a little bit, and things will be a lot better than they are now. That's just what I'm hearing.
But, I mean, couldn't that be said about every Bobby Petrino team that he's ever had? If they just had a little bit better defense. Defense is not his forte. And I'm not going to go to the extreme of saying the game has passed him by. The offensive production numbers show that the game has not passed him by. But just in my opinion, he is not the fit to lead the future of this team. They're saying give him a 2-year contract. So giving him a 2-year contract, you're basically just saying, well, we're going to be right back here in 2 years.
Well, that's not going to happen. You can dismiss that. That's not going to happen. But what I would argue that his defenses were a lot better than this defense. He's never had a team that played defense like this at Arkansas. And I think only one time at Louisville was their defense really this bad. So asking for a little more help on defense, if you spend money on defense with players, I think you can play better than what they're playing now on defense.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, if we're just throwing hypotheticals, well, of
Yeah,
course,
but that's all we
hypothetically
can
we
do.
could.
Well, that's all we can do.
But I mean, but we have his track record to show.
Yeah,
that
no,
that is
I-
not his
so
modus,
you're-
his modus operandi.
Your
That is
arguments,
Not, that is not his. And
They're-
I just
they're
I mean,
valid.
just in my opinion.
that's
just in
your
my opinion,
that's fair. But I
think
do
that we
think
need
that
to
you
take a
can
chance.
expect that their defenses would be better than this one.
Yeah, but I mean, just now, the program is to the point now to where I would feel much better just taking a chance on an up and coming coach. That way,
That's fair.
Even I know the fan base in Arkansas. I'm a lifelong Razorback fan. We're crazy. We are crazy. We expect national championship or bust every year. I don't know why, but that is why we are fanatics. But realistically, I would just like to get a guy who can stabilize the program, who can make the program respectable. I don't think that Petrino, not only on the field, but off the field as well. I mean, just his track record, his actions, the way he leaves programs in disarray when he does leave, that's not the future I want to see for the Razorbacks. I want to see someone who can come in, establish a culture, and then let that culture exceed to the next coach once it comes to that. Because we all know as fans, there's always going to be the next coach.
You know, Paul, I think that's where a lot of people are, is that, and I appreciate the phone call, good to hear from you, that a lot of people would like to have that up-and-coming young coach. But what I'm hearing from people is they don't think that an up-and-coming young coach wants to coach at Arkansas, at least not one that they'd accept. So, you know, you go with, I guess in their mind, something that's more of a known quantity. But is it really a known quantity at the moment?
And yes, Paul, I do remember playing golf with you. We need to go back and play again. But what we want is 4-4. Like, that's kind of like, if you can go 4-4 in conference play, win your non-conference games, that's 8-4 every year. Which now there's 9 games, so you're going to have. But that's, you just got to be. You want to be a little more competitive. It's just, it can't keep having these years where it's just like, oh my goodness, like the season's over and there's 4 games left. There's no hope. There's nothing to, like, there's not a goal to go for. It's just like, well, I guess we're just going to bring these kids out here again. You gotta be a little more competitive. We can't be. We are so. And Phil and I were talking about this, I believe yesterday. And the game has changed a little bit, but 25 years ago, when I played up there, we went 7-1 against Ole Miss and Mississippi State. 7-1 in 4 years. That's you're supposed to. But it's not the case anymore. You know, things have changed. We are the Mississippi State of the SEC.
A tough thing to stomach. Let's go back to the Lewis Automotive Hotline here, and Jackie's in Crossett. Jackie, thanks for calling. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Good. I'm just a fan. I'm an old fan. From the Frank Brawls to the Hatfields to Houston Nutt, the ones that did good. And here we are back with Petrino. And I told y'all once before, I listened to a national sports show, and they was talking about the predicament Arkansas is in and how desperate is Arkansas that they'd go back to Petrino. And they said on that show he was the number 1 most hated coach in college football. I don't know who they asked, but he earned that reputation everywhere he's been. And then, as far as I'm concerned, he's the reason we're in the predicament we're in. It all went downhill after what he done, and then we hired him back. But he's got that reputation everywhere he's been. And so why in the world would Arkansas hire him again? I know, that desperation, try to win. But can we get somebody that when we pull a shirt out of our closet that has Arkansas on it, that we could be proud of who it is? There's got to be a coach out there with some integrity that knows the X's and O's of football. And I can't wait for the day that Petrino is no longer associated with Arkansas. And, that's just the way I feel. And I'm just shocked at how many people say, I hope he gets another opportunity.
There's a lot of them.
Yes, it is, and I do not understand that. Can't we have a coach with integrity? I know he said he didn't say much to get that penalty, but you don't have to tell me what he said. When they put the camera on him and you can lip read, you see what comes out of his mouth, and you know why they threw the flag. Do we want that?
Appreciate the phone call, Jackie.
I do think you want intensity. You want guys. The players have to believe in you. And the reason he got another chance is because Bobby is super talented. Don't let that kind of get in the way. But Bobby's a super talented offensive play caller.
I don't think he's lost much in terms of the ability to call plays, put an offense together.
Dude, he's
So
and
when you say, do you want that? I promise you, there's a lot of people that were sitting in the stands that are like, Bobby, give it to him. Give it to him good, because you know what they're doing to us is wrong. So when you say, do you want that, I guarantee you there's some fans that would say, if I was down there, I'd give it to that guy the same way he did, and they would throw a flag on me too.
I felt like that was a cathartic moment for Arkansas football fans. Well, and I watched Bobby dress that official down.
Yeah.
From the moment that
you couldn't
that he
take your
got to
eyes
him.
off it, could you?
Mm-hmm. I think that was sometimes people will say, well, you're not asking the hard questions, and they really just want you to ask something or say something in a nasty way. I think that that people felt like Bobby Petrino was reflecting their own anger into what this football season has devolved into, and it was in the microcosm of that call and
Correct.
that game in and of itself. 877-377-6963, Lewis Automotive Hotline. Back in a moment, wrap up hour number 2. This is halftime.
Hogs out of there with a rebound. Acuff lobs to Richmond and a two-hand jam.
This is halftime.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Wrath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Wrath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, WrathAutoFortSmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
November 9th, opening day of modern gun season, and Jelco Outdoors has all your deer hunting equipment ready for you. Jelco has a great selection of rifles, scopes, and lots of ammo. Stay warm and dry in the largest selection of boots and clothing for men, women, and children. Tree stands, saddles, box blinds, and ground blinds. Jelco can fix you up. Don't forget the blaze orange caps and vests. Good luck and safe hunting to all deer hunters from your locally owned one-stop shop for the best deer hunting equipment. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cole Johnson with River Valley Smile Center. If you're struggling with missing teeth or tired of loose, uncomfortable dentures, I want you to know there's a better option. With full arch dental implants, we can create a smile that's strong, secure, and looks completely natural. These aren't traditional dentures. They're fixed in place with implants, so they don't slip or cause pain. You can speak, eat, and smile with confidence like you're used to. I've seen firsthand how life-changing this solution can be for our patients. It's why I love what I do. Give us a call at 479-646-0706 or visit rivervalleysmiles.com. Let's rebuild your smile together.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your winter with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft, buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Cozy up to the goodness of the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon raisin biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
The season of giving is here, and C2 Supply and Poto is inviting you to join them for a special cause. Come by the Poto Chamber of Commerce on Friday, November 7th from 11:30 to 1:30 for their drive-through fundraiser supporting the Poto Community Holiday Dinners. They'll be serving lunch and collecting cash donations to help provide Thanksgiving and Christmas meals for local families in need. Last year, this program fed more than 700 people, and with your help, they can feed even more this year. Drive through, grab lunch, and give from the heart. Together, let's make sure everyone has a place at the table this holiday season.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
It won't be long before I'm heading away. It won't be long before we're back in my place. It won't be long. It won't be long. It won't be too long. It won't be too long.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
We got Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us as well, taking right up to 2 o'clock. Guys, I don't know if you saw any of the articles about Hugh Freeze's downfall at Auburn.
Apparently his handicap was really good, though.
The golf thing was a legitimate problem there for him.
Yeah.
Like every single Sunday, he'd go there to golf, sometimes multiple rounds. And the thing that got me was, and I forget what day it was or whatever, but he just would go to the country club to watch guys golf. I mean, he is that much of a fan of the sport that he would just go to the club to watch guys golf. I've never gone to a batting cage just to watch guys take swings. If I go to the cage, I'm taking some swings.
I got a good story for you. This came from Barry Switzer. So he's a GA at Arkansas. Frank Broyles is the head coach. And at lunchtime, he would come into Darby Hall, which is the chow hall, at Wilson Sharp. And he's like, I need to teach you young coaches how to hit golf balls. Y'all, if you're going to be a head coach, you'll have to play with boosters, and this is an important part of your development. One of you come with me. We'll go down to the practice fields. There's 2 practice fields side by side, and you could go caddy corner and hit about a 140-yard shot. Well, he'd take a bucket of balls down there, and he'd hit them. Barry Switzer said he went with him and thinking that he was going to let him hit some shots and give him a lesson, and said, all I did was pick up golf balls. And he said, every time I came back, there were less and less golf balls. I said, well, what was happening? He says, I was stomping them into the mud.
That's
awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. I love it. Now, I mean, I understand the idea of golf can take you out of your problems and all of that kind of stuff, but
if you want to hit golf balls during your lunch break, I get it.
But I think he was doing a little more than just
I
a
know
lunch
he was.
break.
And the other thing is, I was
talking about Coach Broyles.
Yeah, and with Coach Freeze, it's like you got to have a couple more wins. We got to win a little bit before you go play.
I would think playing golf is important for coaches to go raise money now. I don't think you're doing that during the season.
It's not during the season.
Right.
It's not during spring practice. It is not. There are, as Petrino used to tell me, you play golf about 3 weeks a year if you're a head football coach. That's late June, early July. You got about 3 weeks that you can play golf. And that's the time they take off.
You see, Pearl took it was a dig. So Auburn almost loses yesterday in their basketball opener against Bethune-Cookman. So they committed a foul on a half-court heave up by 3. that led to going to overtime. And so Pearl says after, so they ended up winning it. Stephen Pearl referred to we're close. And I guess he snickered a little because that's what Freeze would say after every single game is how dang close we were. I don't think Pearl threw the dang in there, but man, it's that's kind of interesting. It's like that would be like Cal kind of referring to something that like dropping into things of that nature or something like that with his first press conference, which I don't think he would ever say that, even accidentally.
By the way, Coach Cal was a villain before he was our coach too.
Yeah, to like every single program in the country except for the one he was coaching.
That's right.
And it turns out he's here, and I think people kind of love him right now.
They don't see the warts.
Third hour of halftime's coming up. Join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline at 877-377-6963. Bill King, Nashville Sports Radio 115. Calls and texts right after the top of the hour.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, blue sky, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be into the lower 70s. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, and overnight low will drop down upper 40s to low 50s. Wednesday, blue sky, lots of sunshine. Our high on Wednesday, right around 75. Thursday, sunny skies. Our high, low 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith.
We come here to win. We never expect to lose.
ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
I said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Put my heart, dog. Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback? It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Back for hour number 3 of halftime on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. 101 in the afternoon. Phil Olsen, Matt Jones, and Hall of Famer Clay Henry joining us with Kristen Johnston sitting in the producer's chair. Bill King, Nashville Sports Radio, 15 minutes from now. You can call or text on the Lewis Automotive Hotline at 877-377-6963.
It's a good day for birthdays as well.
What do you got?
Matthew McConaughey, double nickel.
All right.
That's the only way to respond to that. And then Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid.
Now, how old is he?
He's our favorite number that's been going around right now. Will you still love me? Will you still care when I'm 60? Yeah.
He's 64?
64.
I bet you can still pull off a crane kick at 64. How many times? All right, everybody out there.
I've probably seen Karate Kid 20 times.
And how many times
they're
have
all
you practiced
younger.
a crane kick?
Oh, that's it. That's all you do. You go and then you try to land back, and then, 100%.
I even tried to do it, Clay. I was 7 years old when Karate Kid came out. I definitely spent a few days at the beach in the ocean practicing the crane kick. I just wasn't on a log.
You practiced it.
Practiced it. Might not have been very successful. Of course, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But, it was probably the most rehearsed kick of the 80s. I can't think of another one.
Well, and then C. Mid's favorite rapper and artist, Sean Diddy Combs, is having a birthday.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Celebrates his entire catalog.
I don't know if it's a celebration of a birthday or not, huh? No,
so you weren't working Arkansas broadcasting at the time Arkansas played in the UNLV Bowl?
No, that was just
I would have been a senior in high school. I'd have been
okay. So we're in the press box, at the UNLV stadium. They didn't have the fancy place.
That was just a regular college stadium then, right? Like a small one.
Pretty small. Maybe 32,000 if I remember right, something like that. Not much in the end zone, just look like a glorified high school stadium basically. And all at once there's a guy walking through the press box shaking everybody's hand. It was Mr. Miyagi. It was Pat Morita, the actor
sensei,
that played
his Mr. Miyagi. I always call Dean Weber the Irish
nicest,
Mr. Miyagi.
Nicest guy in the world. I mean, he talked to everybody. Was a big UNLV football fan, and he got special privileges in that stadium whenever he wanted. But he walked through the press box. Anybody who wanted to talk to him, he was there. I went up and said hello. And, of course, told him, what a fan I was of that movie. How many times I'd watched it, and he just grinned from ear to ear.
That was the other thing.
Not very tall.
We would all do. It wasn't just the crane kick. It was if you had a friend who was hurt, those hands go together. Rub that stuff as hard as you can, and the next thing you know, you're fixing someone's shoulder, and you didn't even realize you could do it.
Yep. Dean Weber get you fixed up, man.
I love that you called. By the way, speaking of Arkansas athletic trainers, Dave England has been fighting for his life. So we need to make sure that we've got.
I love
people,
Dave, man.
Dave's
I was around him with Nolan. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know all the details about it, but I know he's.
It's an aneurysm, is what I've been told.
Okay.
And he's had a surgery, but it's going to be a fight. What a great man.
That's what Yep.
Diamond Dave. Yep. And it's, it's. I have to admit this. You're not supposed to do this as a sports writer. When you have an ailment, you don't talk to the trainer. You go to see your own doctor. But there's times where I've been limping, and all at once there's somebody beside me, in Bud Walton Arena, and it's Dave. He's like, "What's going on, buddy?" I was like, "I heard here and I heard here." And he goes, "Come in here." Go in the training room, and I thought he was going to, put me into rehab or something, but he made a call to Mark Powell, who was the team doctor at the time, and got me in, and I got a knee scope. But he's like, I can't see you walking like that. Dave England, he cared about everybody.
He's one of the guys that made me feel accepted and welcome
early on
when I first started doing Arkansas
Low
games.
key.
Same thing. I would come over from football to basketball. You kind of don't know how people are going to accept you. You know, you're a football player, and he was just put his arm around me and loved on me. Yeah.
And for someone that had been around for so much of his life in Razorback athletics, and I didn't know, the extent of everything he'd been around. I was brand new, not connected to the programs at all, really, and was really thankful for Dave's warmth and personality and friendship.
Well,
So
and you get
I hope he makes it through here.
You get into this environment, and there's so many people with these egos that are just their heads so big they can't even walk into a room, and then you get around people that they get it. They can still have an ego, but they can still be humble and still care about you. And I think Dave is one of those type of humans.
Yeah, servant's heart is the way I would describe him. And fun guy. He's got great stories too, and he's told a few to me. But it's hey, we're pulling for you, man. Praying for Dave England right now.
All right, let's switch gears here and try AJ in Fayetteville on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Held for a little bit. AJ, you there?
Yes, sir.
Hi, AJ. Thanks for calling and holding. What's going on?
Thank you very much. I was just going to say prayers are definitely with him, and I really appreciate all of your commentary, and especially about the hire of the coach. And all I guess I had to say today was my vote's for Petrino. I mean, when I was looking back, I used to love to watch him break down plays with Chuck after games, and just his mind, the way it works. I think Matt alluded to the fact that he's very talented coach. I still believe he's talented on the offensive side, but also I feel like he's a guy that'll win games. And I noticed when he was here, he won games, and then it seemed like something that we were missing was momentum after. It seemed like that he would win games, and that would lead into momentum for the games that came after. So I just want to call and put a plug in for him and say I'm a massive Razorback fan. I always have been. And I want to see us win as much as anybody else can. As far as integrity goes, and the previous caller, he has a point about integrity, and I can understand where he's coming from. He had some fair points, but to me, it says a lot about somebody who's willing to return to a place where he might have made, possibly, I don't know, his personal life, but a huge mistake, biggest mistake of his life, but come back, face the fans, and coach like he has for us the past 3 games. To me, as far as integrity goes, that says a lot to me. So that's just a couple of my points. And again, appreciate all the comments. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, AJ. Appreciate you. One of the things I have an issue with is just I don't think you want to hire somebody by default, because the thought is that nobody else wants you. And look, I don't think that this is going to happen during the season. And you got to have somebody in place for a recruiting class. If you think this coaching carousel is crazy right now, what do you think December is going to be like in the portal? And what about even before signing day, where these kids are going to have to figure out what coach is it that I'm actually going to play for?
December 19th, I think, is the first round of the playoff games. How many of those coaches are available for some of these jobs? Meaning an OC or a DC, you got to go and get somebody, then they got to get here. It's like something we've never seen before.
It's too much
by
default.
So I think you can hire a coordinator that's still in play with the playoffs. I think you can do that. Guys, one of the things that we need to discuss is that the vetting process by the search firm is ongoing, and I was told that the guys that are doing the vetting have already vetted many of the coaches that will be candidates, and that the candidate pool will be good from what they're determining. Now, are there some coordinators in that in that group? Yeah, I think there is, or there will be. But I think they'll have. I do not think that this will be a decision that is made by default. I think they will have candidates that are vetted and are interested, that they can talk to, and that they'll have choices to make.
And by default, you don't mean like we're not going to get one of our
Well,
first 4
we're not going to
choices.
get the first 10 choices.
Exactly. Yeah, it's okay. Same. I agree with you.
And that's kind of where I am as well. I think we're
He won't be the last man standing and get the job.
We're
That's
too
not
much
how
in
it's
our
gonna
heads
be.
here about nobody wants the job. Nobody's going to
I
want
think it's
the
a great
job.
job.
Even with 12 jobs open now and another 8, 10, 15, 20, however many it's going to be being open, this is not the Sisters of the Poor football program playing in the SEC. I mean, it's Arkansas Razorback football. There is money. There is money to pay coaches.
They're top
and staff
25 money. They're
and
not playing like a
players.
top 25 team. It's not the bottom of the barrel in college football. It is the bottom of the barrel in the SEC, and they need to improve in some areas so that they're not bottom of the. If you're going to pay bottom of the money SEC and NIL in coaching salaries, you're going to get bottom of the barrel, and you can't expect to beat all the teams that are trying harder, and you're trying hard compared to some other areas of the country, but you can't make it work in the SEC if you're going to be 14th, 15th, 16th in what you're spending for analysts, staff, assistant coaches, head coach, and NIL across the board. You pick one area where you say we've paid a comparative salary to what might be that $6 million for Sam was decent, but it's not like that all the way across the board.
So those reasons right there, is that a reason that you're not going to find somebody that you want, or do you work
I think
on
they're
those?
fixing that.
That's what I'm saying. Do you work on
I think-
exactly what you're hitting on to make this a better job, to attract somebody instead of going with the default hire?
There's not any doubt in my mind that the wheels are turning to fix some of those issues, that it will be a larger pool of money in all those areas for the next coach, and that some of the things that they're doing behind the scenes, you're not going to hear it talked about, but I'm aware. I mean, first of all, they've deferred 2 years of the money that was going from the athletic department check from the SEC that was going to academics. They're going to keep that in football, and that's that's a $3 to $6 million fix. It doesn't take too many of decisions like that to get you into the ballpark that you're a top 5 or top 7 funded program in the SEC. Well, that would make a major difference to any coach that's coming in. It's like we're fixing these things, and we're going to fix more of them. And I don't think that you have to be the number 1 funded program. I don't think John Calipari is number 1 funded in college basketball. He's top 10, maybe top 8, but he doesn't have to have the same money that Kentucky. He knows what he needs, and he's got it. Not complaining over, that he might be a couple of million behind another program. He got what he asked for, and it looks like that's enough from the roster that he's put together. And that's the same thing. They just have to be able to balance their spending between football, offense and defense, and have the right amount of analysts and recruiting staff to be competitive with the top 5 teams in the SEC. And I think that's what they're going to be when the dust settles.
Hey, make sure you protect what matters most with the Fence Man. Heavy-duty security fencing and powered automatic gates. The Fence Man has you covered across our listening audience. You can call for custom-built, built-to-last fences, also free quotes, financing for up to 18 months. 479-782-3936, thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work. Bill King from Nashville Sports Radio stops by halftime after this break.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Eat Lux your way with the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the $5 box, as classic as ever. The $7 box has your favorite indulgences and more. And the $9 box introduces you to your newest obsession, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. It's Lux. For less. Try the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh,
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Matt Jones Cake is one of my favorites. Why have I not heard this version of War Pigs?
Y'all were bringing that up. Arkansas, do we have a song? And then I just saw, yay.
I hate myself for never hearing that song before. Bill King from Nashville Sports Radio, wordsmithing like a mofo, 5 days a week on WNSR, 6 to 9. He said that's one of the comebacks on Bill's own show. I'm just stealing his own material. What's up, Bill? How are you?
I was going to say, you even listen to the breaks. That's strange almost. People don't do that.
I don't want to, I don't want to tell people not to listen to Chuck and Bo here on our station, but Bill's a good listen, man. I was listening today, and Mike and Griffith brings up Pat Narduzzi as a coach that's not getting talked about on this coaching carousel. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, I'm a Pitt fan. I'd rather not lose him, but he wins a little bit at Pitt. It's not the easiest place. You think people may be looking at Narduzzi because it seems like that might be, like, I don't know if you were describe it as a boring hire, but maybe not exciting.
I don't think there's anything going on with that. I think Griff last week did it and this week did it, and the audience goes nuts when he does it. That was part of it. And you got to remember now, there's always a story that behind the scenes. Griff is a Michigan State guy. I don't think he's a big fan, but that's where he went. And he covered some of D'Antonio's epic years when Narduzzi was his ace defensive coordinator. They're buddies. That's where that's coming from.
All right. So there's another thing that I heard you guys talking about today. You're talking about Indiana. And it started me thinking about, because we got our money grab rankings later tonight, what's the biggest win in the college football season so far? And it's Indiana winning at Oregon. No, Ohio State over Texas might be up there as well, but I think Indiana showing that they're for real and doing what all these other Big Ten coaches complain about, which is traveling out to the West Coast and beating Oregon and doing it definitively. I think that's the biggest win so far of the college football season. What other wins do you think you could put up there?
And Fernando Mendoza throws a pick six in the late third, early fourth quarter. Oregon's back in it. Stadium's going nuts. They kick it off to IU, and they methodically drive down and score a touchdown like it's a spring game. That was ridiculous. I remember watching that going, okay, I just went from, hey, it's a nice story they went 11-2 and a generational season. Do I really think they can matter in a 12-team bracket? And I turned the page and said, yes, they can. I would say A&M winning at Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was a good win. I thought that little stretch Ole Miss had when they had to play at Georgia and Oklahoma, to the fact that they went 1-1, I thought that was pretty big.
Yep.
Bill, I'm looking at this, and man, I could make a case for about 5 SEC teams: Texas, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama, Texas A&M. Those 5 right there. When the dust settles, and I guess Vanderbilt still got an outside shot, so there's 6. When the dust settles, what are the 4 SEC teams that are going to be in the playoff 12?
A&M, Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss, and then Vanderbilt, guys, is 7-2. And they play Auburn at home. Then they play Kentucky at home. Then they go to Knoxville. If they're 10-2, they may get 5 teams in. And let me just remind you guys, I was talking about it this morning. Vanderbilt, at no time in their history, going back to the late 1800s, has won more than 9 games. Postseason included, regular season. So, again, the coach at Vanderbilt is about to do something that probably ranks number 1 in the history of the school, if they went out, which I think they have a really good chance to do.
Tell me there's not another SEC coach that's going to lose his job this weekend. I think the odds are on Stoops at Kentucky. Does he keep his job because of the buyout? Has everything settled now with firings in the SEC?
I don't think they want to fire Stoops, and the buyout is really large. But could you get in a situation? Because I don't think Stoops. I know Stoops is trying his hardest. I don't think his heart's there anymore, though. Could you get into a situation where you talk your way into something to get fired in a dispute? For example, I think Brian Kelly knew that when the AD Scott Woodward told him Saturday night after the A&M game, you're going to have to make some changes, that when he told Woodward, I'm not going to do it, he knew what the response would be, and I think he was at peace with it. Like, I'm just going to count my money and rest. Could that happen with Stoops in a situation of some sort where you get sideways and it's over? Perhaps, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. It's a basketball school, too.
When Auburn hired Freeze, did you think it would work?
Yep. I would be lying to you guys. I thought that was a really good hire. I thought offensively he would kickstart them. Anything's better than Brian Harsin. If he looks like he did at Ole Miss and at Liberty, it's a really good hire. We know you can win big at Auburn, and it did work.
He never got quarterback right. Like, we joke about the golfing and all of that, but really when it comes right down to it, they never got quarterback right there.
Nope. And that's been a problem. But I'll tell you this. Hugh Freeze, and I've known Hugh on some level for quite some time. He doesn't look right. He doesn't look like he has the burning ember in his soul. He physically looks weak, and I just don't. I think mentally he would love to be able to do this and excel. I just don't think he has the energy.
Hey, Bill, there's could be an elimination game in the Big 12. Number 8, BYU against the Red Raiders. Texas Tech. Tech is favored by 10 points. It's kind of surprising there a little bit. I like BYU up front, their offensive and defensive line. How do you see that one going? Is that an elimination game? Do both those teams get into the playoff 12, or is this kind of winner has the inside track?
Well, if you're going to – SEC is going to get 4, we think, and it might be 5. I think it's 3 Big Ten. So you're talking about conference champs, and at large, you've got 4 left. I mean, not a whole lot.
And if Notre Dame goes 10-2, they're in. Yeah.
I think Notre Dame's in at 10-2. Now, Notre Dame's got to go to Pitt in a couple of weeks, and the way Notre Dame played at Boston College, they could get beat by Pitt. It's a pretty good Pitt team. But, yeah, Notre Dame's in. I think right now you would have to play that game like you're not going if you lose.
So we're going to be arguing about this over the next 4 weeks because of the rankings that are coming out and some of the things you just brought up about how many schools from the big power leagues make it in. 5 out of the SEC probably means only 3 out of the Big Ten. So I still think there's better football overall in the SEC. It's just there may be better teams, specifically just the 3 that you mentioned, and maybe just 2 with Ohio State and Indiana in the Big Ten. Because I don't know if there's a great SEC team right now. It's like last year, kind of.
Nobody's really buying into I like A&M, I think, a little bit more than some people, but a lot of people like Alabama more than A&M. If they met on a neutral site, they'd take Alabama over A&M.
But it's also, you look at the margin of win in the conference for Ohio State and Indiana. They blow out every team they play in that league. A&M's had to fight, scratch, and claw to get where they are. Same with Ole Miss, same with Bama, same with Georgia. There's just better football in this league, Bill.
Not just because there's 16 teams now, and there's 18 in the Big Ten, but this is the deepest by far I've seen the SEC. This is the most expensive year every game is. There are no free lunches. If Vanderbilt's going to be threatening to be in the money grab 12, and the very bottom of the league is Mississippi State or Arkansas, and Arkansas's offense could scare the bejesus out of you. It is a phenomenally deep. I can tell you right now, Georgia is concerned. I don't think they feel like they're going to lose, but they know they've got one hell of a fight on their hands and start Vegas Saturday. They do probably.
They got to finish with Georgia Tech as well. That was a crazy one last year. All right, 2 fan bases, Bill. SMU fan base, they just gave Rhett Lashley a 10-year extension, and Indiana's fan base, they gave their coach a 10-year extension, all within a couple weeks of each other. Which one's better? Which one in 7 years is still the coach there? Which one's happier? Are they both? Do you like both of them?
Rhett Lashley's not going to be there in 7 years. Cignetti doesn't want to ever leave. He's 64, but he's a young 64, and he doesn't look like he's aging and he's getting old and haggard. I would bet on Cignetti because Cignetti doesn't have another step along the way. He's making close to 12 now. He's competing for championships. Lashley's got a long-term view of winning as much as he can there and then taking the next step. I think that was pretty easy.
Bill, let's leave it there. Hey, real last thing. I was just because you brought up Rhett, Matt. Matt Jones played at Arkansas in a quarterback room. There were 3 head coaches right now in college football: Alex Mortensen, Rhett Lashley, and Dowell Loggins. Do you know of another position group in college football history on one team where there were 3 sitting head coaches?
Not coaches, no. I cannot top that.
And Bill, how when you talk to kids when they're 18, 22, whatever, whenever you're talking ball and they just speak that language, all 3 of those guys speak that language. Like they love it. It oozes out of them. And so it's no surprise that all 3 of them are very successful.
That's amazing.
Well, just a little factoid there. Bill, appreciate your time, man. We'll do it again next week as long as you got the time. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Bill King, Nashville Sports Radio, with us each Tuesday here on Halftime. Open up Lewis Automotive Hotline for the home stretch, 877-377-6963. Halftime's back after this.
That's every day we play. The other team wants to beat us so bad they act like it's a Super Bowl.
This is Halftime.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sacalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Eat Lux your way with the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the $5 box, as classic as ever. The $7 box has your favorite indulgences and more. And the $9 box introduces you to your newest obsession, the flaming hot grilled cheese burrito. It's Lux. For less. Try the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Sometimes I wanna take you down. Sometimes I wanna get you low. I'll brush your hair back from your eyes. Take you down, let the river flow. Sometimes I'm gonna walk the street behind a green sheet of glass. A million miles below that street. A million miles, a million miles.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend Matt Jones.
Hall of Famer Clay Henry too. Matt, do you remember the video for this song? It was who was the woman in it? Some woman named Sandra. I don't. She had like a permanent sneer on her face, kind of like Billy Idol, but in female form. Sandra, I can't remember what her last name was, but she was really famous for a few minutes. And then that song, she was, which I think was a black and white video too, if I remember correctly. Anyway.
Well, you know how it's we were eating crackers. So it was like, hey, why not? There was as simple as that today. You know,
just some guys sharing some saltines.
Couple minches chopping it up.
Saltines and Sprite. It's the lunch of champions. Here's Cecil on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Good afternoon, Cecil. What's going on?
Oh, man, trying to make this dollar, Phil. What's going on with y'all?
Yo.
Yeah, man. It's I just want to just jump on and say go Hogs, and we got this couple of these football games left, man. You know, I honestly thought that we was going to win Saturday. I was right there where the guy caught the little screen pass or whatever it was. Well, before that, I looked up. It was 6 minutes to go with some change, and we was up 2 touchdowns. I said, we're going to win this game, but screaming referees, I've never seen a game like that in my life. Never, no kind of way. I've seen 200 yards of penalties. And still, we should have won the game because those defensive backs we got totally suck. Walker sucks. And that other guy, I don't know if that was – no, I don't think that was Walker that missed – well, one of them was Walker that missed the tackle. It was 3 of them missed the tackle.
3 missed tackles on that last touchdown.
Oh, my God. And then the last tackle field, Matt, the running back was like on the 6 or 7 yard line. He had just broke 2 tackles, and the defender was a few yards from him, just square head up with him. All he had to do was just cut his legs down, and he arm tackled him. He really didn't even tackle him.
Both sides of the ball had a chance to put it away. You know, 1 first down, 2 first downs on offense could have done the trick. Stopping them on 4th down would have done the trick. Had chances on both sides.
Our basketball team is awesome. We going to the top in basketball. So I'm happy basketball season is here. And one more thing, this is for you, Matt. What about the play, the South Carolina defender, man? Come on now. You saw that. I'm sure you did.
I didn't see South Carolina play basketball. I did not.
No, football. When the guy was in South Carolina, yeah, the defender raised it. It was overtime. It was tied up. It was about to go in overtime, and he could have tackled the guy like on the 15 or something like that.
I saw it.
He just let him go. Did you see that, Matt?
Clay saw it.
I saw it. The only thing that I could figure was that he felt like they were going to run out the clock, and
they had to already discuss it, right? Like that's
that they decided if you could stop him short of the first down, you tackled him. But if he got the first down, you let him go. That's the only thing that makes sense.
In a situation like that, every time I've ever been in a situation like that, it's been preached to you before you go out into that situation. It's not just something that you're like, oh, I think we're going to do it this way this time. You know, hey, when we got the offense, when you get the first down, you fall down. You don't have to score a touchdown to win the game. Same thing on the defensive side. You're trying to play the clock game where, all right, we're down this many scores. Do we have enough time to go back and win?
It looks horrible, like they gave up, but I'm sure he was coached to do that.
Well, and think about Arkansas. We just had a game that just happened just like that 2 years ago when we beat Tennessee, and our quarterback ran one. They gave up and let him run into the end zone. They look
to get the ball back.
Yeah, no, it looks bad when it. Yeah.
Cecil, thanks for the phone call. Next up is Kevin in Rogers. Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Hey, guys, what's going on? Hey.
Just taking it up to 2. Did we lose you already? That was quick.
No, I'm here.
All right.
Are you guys there?
Yeah, you're live. Kevin, go for it.
All right. Hey, how you doing, Matt, Clay? How's things going?
Everybody's good.
All right. I just have a couple of comments, and I'm on. I mean, we got to quit blaming the officials for, our misdeeds. I understand there's always going to be bad calls in the game. Look what we deal with on the road in the Southeastern Conference in basketball, and Clay knows this. I mean, how many times have we heard, there's 3 times as many fouls calls on the Hogs by the end of the game than there is, the other team, and that's basketball on the road. I mean, you can't be blaming the officials.
When you're behind, you foul more. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and, that game, I understand there might have been some questionable calls, but, Matt, you played quarterback and was one of the best ever at the University of Arkansas. To me, that last play was not a penalty other than intentional grounding. He didn't horse collar him. He didn't face mask him. Yeah, he tackled him around the neck, but they get tackled around the neck all the time. I mean, did you feel like as a quarterback that should have been a penalty?
And I feel like Tony Bua's tackle shouldn't have been a penalty either. Yes, I'm with you. That's bogus, and Tony didn't do that. The Chris Leak was falling down, and that should have been Arkansas ball.
Yeah, I just don't feel like everybody's whining about that call. I don't know if it had changed it, but I didn't, and I re-looked at it for multiple times, and I was watching the game with people. I said, they're like, oh my gosh! I said, that's not a penalty. I mean, it's not a horse collar. I mean, yeah, he tackled him around the neck, and he didn't hit him after the play. I mean, it was during the play. So I think
I didn't have any problem with that one. I had problems with a couple of the holding calls, and if you're going to call holding that many times in the game, there's got to be some holds on the other team.
Exactly.
Just doing the math on this. I mean, what was it I came up with yesterday? They had 15 penalties in the second half. I think it was 17 penalties in the previous 7 halves of football. So are we really to think that one of the least penalized teams in the country all of a sudden is just going to go off, and then the other team isn't?
And the other thing, whenever you have the bigger, stronger, faster athlete, usually you don't have as many penalties unless you're the Jimmy Johnson Miami Hurricanes and they just want to get some penalties. But that's that's a key. When you're bigger, stronger, faster, you don't have to hold. You don't have to do something to cause a penalty.
That's the most penalties I've seen since that game. That's the most penalties in a college football game I've seen.
Well, it's the most penalized yards for Arkansas in the history of the school.
Wow.
Yep. So,
I told the people,
but it's like
that's similar to Miami.
I saw it now. As far as late hits against the quarterback, that's not the one. That's not the one that bothered me. The one that got just before Bobby got his personal foul, unsportsmanlike. I mean, what they did to Taylor when he didn't have the ball that's a penalty. That's in the book. He goes to a slide. The guy rakes him over his chest and face mask. He comes in. He doesn't pull off of him. That's a foul. So I saw holding downfield 3 or 4 times. They didn't call that. I saw holding in the offensive line. I saw them lay on the back of rusher's legs. That's holding. It's blatant. It's right in front of the guy with the U on his back. He's walking up to them, talking to him afterwards. It's like, don't do that. No, you call the foul. If you're going to call it on one team, you call it on the other. You don't tell them, don't do that.
Kevin, thanks for calling. Appreciate you very much. Got time for a little bit more if you want. 877-377-6963 to get with us. It was Sandra Bernhard. Thank you. John made sure we knew that. Ben in Bentonville also remembered those ones as well. Nobody's going to get any satisfaction when it comes to the officiating on Saturdays. Nope. Not at all. You're just not going to. And I mean, I heard Tommy this morning, and he said he went back and looked at it all and thought that most of those flags were legitimate. I heard Walt Coleman on the Buzz in Little Rock say the same thing, which also he was pointing out something, and maybe you can speak to this a little bit too, Matt, about that why there was no roughing the passer on Mississippi State when they drove Talon into the ground. That he said things are a little bit different depending on the play, because on a shovel pass it looks like he's a runner at first, and the rules apply differently as a runner.
So he's not defenseless.
I still saw him get driven into the ground, which I thought would have gotten called.
And the thing that you mostly see is them err on the side of the player. Like if your hand goes up and it gets around the face mask, but you don't grab it, man, a lot of times they throw a flag because it was the attention was there. You
can't hit the quarterback high.
You can't hit exactly. It's always a flag if you do that.
All right, back in a moment. We'll wrap up halftime. Stay with us.
I've been fighting for these kind of games, exhibition games, for 10 years. Why don't we play each other? Why? What? Because we don't.
This is Halftime.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
For over 50 years, WT Equipment has been your trusted family-owned dealer for tractors, hay tools, and light construction equipment. Right now, WT Equipment's got unbeatable October deals. Get 0% for 84 months on Workmaster 35 and 40 tractors, or drive home a Workmaster 25 with payments as low as $169.99 a month. WACC. Visit WT Equipment today and talk to their sales team for all the details. WT Equipment. Equip your future. Elevate your potential.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Got a pest? Call West. If you have pest or termite problems in your home, call West today and learn how their 50 years combined experience can help solve your problems with competitive pricing and quality services, all designed with your pets and children in mind. Call today and schedule your free estimate. They even offer Saturday services and long life attic pest control. Call 782-7291. West Termite and Pest Control, protecting your home health and peace of mind.
Real men get checked, and this November, real men grow beards for a cause. It's No Shave November with the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, raising awareness and dollars for prostate cancer and encouraging men to take charge of their health. Skip shaving, join the challenge, and help fund free prostate cancer screenings and patient support right here in Arkansas. Take part, share your progress with hashtag NoShaveAPCF, and learn more at arprostatecancer.org. That's arprostatecancer.org, because awareness starts with you.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
She broke my heart, left me for dead, and drank my blood to me. She said,
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, back to halftime, wrapping up the show. Before we say our goodbyes for the day, let's go to the Lewis Automotive Hotline with Brent in Kentucky. Hello, Brent. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Phil. May I mention another program? There's, I remember in the 80s when I was at Fort Knox, U of L football, they were ready to let it go. And, of course, Phil, you probably remember, they used to play in the old baseball stadium. Make that their football.
Yeah, Cardinal Stadium, that's right.
And
covered a game there, yep.
Yeah, and I remember with great joy when they beat Texas there. And anyhow, they were ready to give up. They said, we're a basketball school, let it go. And then they hired the right coach, and it was Schellenberger, if you remember him. And things started turning. Feel like our program, the Razorbacks, are at that place, and I just got to hope that we get the right Schellenberger, whether that's Bobby or someone else. But we have more resources than U of L has, and they're doing well. And I just got to think that Arkansas will turn the corner. And that's all I have to say.
All right, Brent. I appreciate you very much for calling. You know, and I've said it before, too, is there's an understanding of what a program is, but coaches can change the understanding of what that program is. And Bobby Petrino did that a long time back. And I think that's also, it's the nostalgia of it and the hope that he could do it again because he's here is in a lot of people's mind. But it's also not in a lot of people's mind. Like this is an issue that splits the fan base. Much as, you know, when you were playing, or right after you were done playing at Arkansas, they were, you know, personalities on the coaching staff that split the fan base. It's just, it kind of just repeats itself.
I agree with you, and I do think there are questions that should have been asked before now. You know, if you're going to bring him back in to be the OC, those questions, you know, I don't know why fans are getting all up in arms about that stuff now when it's like, hey, he's been there for 2 years now. Right. You know, isn't he walking the line, doing the right thing? You know, so and the talent is it's not, you can't deny the fact that Bobby Petrino is super talented.
Now, I will say that I heard the complaints. It wasn't like it was unanimous, like but if you're the administration and you approve him to be the offensive coordinator, it goes without saying that you also approved him to be the head coach. There's not two different standards. Well, you can have him be an offensive coordinator and be the leader of the offense and be on the sideline calling plays, and they're going to show him as much as they are the head coach. You can't say, well, no, he can't be the head coach because of those problems that, now resurfaced. So he's approved to be the head coach without question. They've already crossed that bridge.
Well, we got the start of women's basketball season tonight, 6:30. The Kelsey Music era will begin against Louisiana Tech.
Stream music. Let's go. Yeah.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Let's go.
Let's stream some music. I like this. It sounds like a team slogan. Why not?
Yeah.
This is going to be a tough one, too.
Then it's Friday. You have to protect your eardrums, right, Phil?
That's right. Screaming Kids Morning.
Does she spell it like Madonna spelled that song music, or does she spell it like music?
It's with a CK at the end.
Yeah, I think it's music.
Is that?
Well, maybe there's no C in the Madonna version, but we'll play it. If they're first to win, we're going to play music for music.
Hopefully that's tomorrow morning.
I like it.
Although I'll say this, Louisiana Tech is a very good Conference USA team. This one ain't going to be easy to start the season.
They got their hands full.
Yes, they do. Clay, appreciate you, man. We'll do more of this tomorrow, okay?
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Absolutely looking forward to it. Matt Jones, always fun sitting next to you. Kristen Johnson, great haircut. Very, very envious of hair. And for Matt Jones and Kristen Johnston, I'm Phil, inviting you to download the Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast with all the highlights of the show today. And stay tuned for Ruskin and Zach coming up in just a few moments. That's halftime, and have a great rest of your Tuesday.
Are holidays stressful for you? Hey, Ty Richardson for the Whippoorwill. The Newmeyers would love to take care of some of that stress by providing you an awesome Thanksgiving dinner. Call